Well, if your neighbor's tree falls on your house, it will likely be your insurance that's responsible for the repairs. But a bill Florida legislators are considering would shift that responsibility. Action News Jax state and local government reporter Jake Stofan joins us live on the south side. And Jake, the Fallen Tree Act would ensure homeowners are responsible for damage their trees cause to other people's property.
Well, that's right. And in some cases, that's already what ends up happening in Florida, but oftentimes that outcome is not achieved until a lawsuit has been settled. But by making it clear homeowners are responsible for their own trees in state statute, some in the insurance industry believe costly litigation could be avoided. Florida has a lot of hurricanes and even more trees. But if your neighbor's tree falls on your house, you could be responsible for the damages. It's called the Massachusetts rule, and State Senator Jonathan Martin argues it's outlived its usefulness.
This Massachusetts rule is hundreds of years old, and it was put in place back when everybody lived on farms. Nobody had houses on their property lines, and if a tree fell on your property, that was free wood.
Martin is sponsoring legislation that would make homeowners responsible for damages caused by the trees on their property. Mark Friedlander with the Insurance Information Institute argues the Fallen Tree Act would more or less codify what courts have already held in litigation involving trees falling on neighbors' homes.
Courts in Florida have typically ruled in favor of the impacted homeowner, meaning they have ruled that the party responsible for the tree must pay the damages.
But the idea got some pushback in its first committee stop. George Fiju with the Florida Insurance Council expressed concern over the lack of distinction between healthy and unhealthy trees.
We're particularly concerned that the bill will lead to increased litigation specifically between neighbors, which is not sound public policy to incentivize, in our opinion.
But Martin argues neighbors are already suing each other, and clarifying who is liable would only stand to reduce litigation.
This is a solution to a problem that will bring down insurance costs, and it'll keep our communities safer during hurricanes and shortly after hurricanes.
Now, the bill has two more committee stops in both chambers. With only 3 weeks left in session, though, love it or hate it, it seems the Fallen Tree Act may be fallen on deaf ears. For local coverage and Count On Live on the South Side, I'm Jake Stofan, Action News Jax.